The increasing US debt is a growing concern for many economists and policymakers. The debt has been growing steadily for decades, and it now stands at over $30 trillion. This is a significant amount of debt, and it is putting a strain on the US economy. Hello and welcome to VARINDIA News Hour. There are a number of reasons for the increasing US debt. One reason is the cost of wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. The US has spent trillions of dollars on these wars, and this has added to the debt. Another reason for the increasing debt is the aging population. The US population is getting older, and this is putting a strain on Social Security and Medicare. These programs are funded by taxes, and as the population ages, the number of people receiving the benefits will increase. This will put a strain on the government's budget and will lead to higher taxes or cuts to other programs. The increasing US debt is a serious problem. It is putting a strain on the economy, and it is making it more difficult for the government to provide essential services. Failure to raise the debt ceiling from its current limit could see the US suspend its social insurance payments and the salaries of its federal and military employees. The increasing US debt is a complex problem, and there is no easy solution. However, it is a problem that needs to be addressed. Default also threatens to wreak havoc on the global economy, affecting prices and mortgage rates in other countries. Intensive negotiations between President Joe Biden and other US leaders on the debt ceiling have sparked a surge in Twitter influencer conversations. With just a few weeks remaining before a potential debt default in June 2023, influencers expressed growing concern as no deal has been finalized yet and political discussions on the debt ceiling jitters. Experts say US is 25% of the world economy. They crash, the whole world crashes with it. Most of the influencers have raised concerns that failure to raise the ceiling may impact negatively on the global economic growth. They have expressed skepticism or amusement at the political tussle involved. Meanwhile, few influencers have shown optimism that a deal will be reached. The increasing US debt is a serious problem that needs to be addressed. The government needs to find ways to reduce spending and increase revenue. It also needs to make tough decisions about which programs to cut and which ones to keep. If the government does not take action, the consequences could be severe. Let's look into today's headlines. Apple signs multi-billion-dollar deal with Broadcom. Apple has entered into a multi-billion-dollar deal with chipmaker Broadcom to use chips made in the United States. Under the multi-year deal, Broadcom will develop 5G radio frequency components with Apple that will be designed and built in several US facilities, including Colorado, where Broadcom has a major factory. Broadcom shares were up 2.2% after the announcement, hitting a record high. Microsoft offering Bing as a default search engine for ChatGPT users. Microsoft will offer Bing as the default search engine in OpenAI's viral ChatGPT chatbot. This is the latest tie-up between the two companies, which are at the center of the boom in generative artificial intelligence. Microsoft has invested billions of dollars in OpenAI and is using the startup's AI chatbot technology inside search, email, Word documents, Excel spreadsheets, and now to analyze data. NSE and BSE asked by NCLT to review approvals for Zee-Sony merger. The Mumbai bench of the National Company Law Tribunal has ordered the Bombay Stock Exchange and the National Stock Exchange to reconsider their initial approvals for the Zee-Sony union and issue updated no objection certificates before the next hearing. The development puts up fresh hurdles to the long-awaited merger of the two broadcast companies. The Supreme Court invites bids to set up AI system for transcribing court proceedings. In order to make the judicial process more transparent, the Supreme Court of India has invited bids to set up an AI system to transcribe court proceedings not only for the Constitution benches but also for other court hearings. During the Constitution bench hearing before a bench headed by the Chief Justice, AI was used and proceedings were transcribed in real time and then uploaded on the Supreme Court's official website. Blackstone in talks with Microsoft and Amazon to build data centers in India. Blackstone is in talks with companies including Microsoft and Amazon to build Indian data centers for them to meet growing storage and processing demand. About 2/3 of Blackstone's data center business in India will come from these companies. By 2030, Blackstone plans to set up data centers in 5 Indian cities with a total capacity of 600 megawatts. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to VARINDIA News Magazine. You can download the VARINDIA app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for more news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.